So hi, welcome to the first part of the video. So yeah, hi. This is just a beginner's tutorial for everything guitar related. So yeah, I'll be starting with the parts of the guitar. So this is the head. This is the I would call this the body. This is the fretboard, this thing, and these spaces are called frets. Spaces between each two like iron, whatever things are. So yeah, and then you have fret markers here to tell you which one is the third, which one is the fifth, which one is the seventh. So like you can just easily know the third fret without counting because the fret marker is in that place. I hope you can see they're like tiny dots by the side, and then the one that has two shows you that this is an octave. I'll explain what an octave is as well. Alright, so yeah, let's go on. This is a sound hole. Yeah, this is the sound box or the body of guitar, and these are the strings. So yeah, so these are the tuning pegs on the head. So these tuning pegs is like tuning the guitar to make it sound how you want it to sound. So for this key now, if I want it to, if it's not tuned, I'll now like tighten or lower or reduce. You just would might go into the concept of tuning later. But yeah, that's basically it for the parts of the guitar. And then these are the strings. So the names of the strings or the notes of the strings are an easy way to remember it is Eddie, it's Dynamite, good by Eddie. So this is E, A, D, G, B, and E. So this is the lower E, this is the lower E, this is the higher E. So it's called when you want to say the like string number, you should start from the down, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. But because like this is the one closer to me, most times I call it first and then second, third, fourth. But the way like musicians refer to it is from down, first, second, third, yeah, like that. So yeah, so that's it for the strings. And yes, basically that is the intro into like the whole body and everything. So the way to carry it is to put the curved parts on your leg like this on your lap, and then put your hand above so you can reach this place to strum. So this is called strumming, like hitting all the notes. Then this is called plucking, picking one by one. It's called plucking, at least most times, yeah. And yes, this is called fretting, when you put your hand on a fret space, on a fret, and now so that like the sound changes. Yeah, like the main idea is that the sound changes when you put your fingers on the strings. So that's the main idea of the whole guitar playing, right? So this is called an open string, one where you don't put your finger on anything. But then when you now put your finger on one, it changes. Not to pluck it, just so you can just hear it. So this is that's the main idea. So wherever you put your finger, the sound changes, right? And yes, so for the first string, this is the E string. So when you put your finger on here, this is F. So one thing to note or one thing to remember is that between, let's put it like this, okay, there are 7 notes in the musical alphabet, and plus 5, that is like the sharps and the things in between each of the 7. There are 12 notes altogether, right? But then let's just start with there are 7 notes. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F. So one thing to remember is that between the A and B there is a whole step. Just put it like this: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So those are the 7 Ds: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So a tone means a full step. I don't know if I should call it a full step, but then like where should I start from? I should start from an sorry, just want to clean. Sorry. So yeah, don't do 72. Let's start from A. Early it's A. So this is the A string, yes. So if I want to run a scale on the A string, I would go a full step, and a full step means you would jump like one fret space. So A, B, then I would, because how do I put this? Tone, semitone, tone, semitone. Between the B and C of a, no, let me start with the tonic solfa. Between the do and the re, there is a full step. That means I'll skip an entire space. Between the T, sorry, let me start that again. Between the do and re is a full step. Between the re and mi is a full step. Between the mi and fa is a half step. Between the fa and so is a full step. So and la is a full step. La and ti, full step. That's tone. And then between ti and do, semitone, a half step. I'm calling it full step because, like, when I want to explain it here, it will be easier to use a full step idea than a tone, semitone idea. So let's just call it half step and full steps. So between the do and re is a full step. Take for instance, let's start from the key of G. I wanted to explain the entire idea, but let me just say it in passing. When you're talking about tonic notes, when you're talking about, let me just call it notes, alphabet, right? Between the B and the C is a half step, and between the E and the F is a half step. Every other thing is a full step. That's bodied close, extra friendly. That's a way to remember it. Bodied close, extra friendly. But then we'll be going more with the idea of the tonics of than the notes. That's why I wanted to see the notes, but then I said, okay, no, let's just okay. So let's use the tonics of idea instead. Between the mi and fa is a half step, and between the ti and do is a half step. So for every other thing, you have a full step. Yeah, let's start from the key of G, for example. This is G, do, and then if I want to go to the re, I'll skip one space here and come here, re, and then if I want to come to the mi, I'll skip one full step, mi, and then between mi and fa there's only one, fa, and then I'll skip one for so, and then I'll skip one for la, then I'll skip one for ti, and then I'll go back to do, and then between ti and do there's only one, there's only a half step, like I said, so you're not skipping anything. Ti, do, you get? Alright, but then for most times when playing the guitar, we don't come all the way down like that. Like we stop in the fifth fret, and then we go back up. So I'll do that. It's the idea of stopping here, right? So let's go again. Okay, one thing I've not mentioned, let me just digress a little. On the guitar, the fifth fret on the adjacent, should I say, the previous string is the same as open string on the next one. You see, the sound is the same, right? I'm fretting the fifth. I'm fretting from here, you can see. And then you see it here. Same thing. Let's do it for the next one. Same thing here. You hear. It's supposed to be the same. That means that isn't quite tuned. Supposed to be 2. Is that this isn't tuned or this isn't tuned? Or fifth of this? Same, right? So one way to remember it, one way to that helps, it's one way that helps your strings, that helps you in tuning your strings, right? If you are sure that one is correct, you just have to make sure this one, you just put your finger on the fifth and make sure that the other one sounds the same as that one, and then you can do it up going from there, or tune everything going from there. You get? So this one is the same as fifth here, this one is the same as fifth here, this one is the same as This one is same as 50, like just like that. Sha. So yeah, it's from up, not from down. I just was showing you that it wants 50, same as this, same as this. So it's the same going down, alright? And yes, what did I digress from? Okay, I was showing you like fifth and this one here. So I had to explain that so you don't get confused when I come up here. So we are going from fifth. So I said I was starting from key of G. Alright, I didn't explain the whole notes idea. Let me digress one more time. Okay, so this is the note E, right? This is Eddie Ed Dynamite followed by Eddie. So this is E, and then I said this is F because E and F, there is no space between them. They're always extra friendly, bodied close, so you don't leave a fret space. So E and F, but then we are going from F to G, you leave a space. Then we are going from, so this is our G, and this was what I was saying. So the G is the third fret of the first string. That's a G, alright? And then between there and the next one is A. So between G and A, you leave a full step. A, this is the fifth string. And then, like I said before, we most times do not continue on the same this thing. We go up, but because I'm just explaining the string, this thing. But then, okay, let me not stress myself. Okay, I'll just continue with that idea. It's not every time you do that. Like, for people that are advanced, right? They can play different positions up here, down here, different shapes, different this thing. If you're using bar chords, you can come all the way down here and use your bar chords and stuff like that. But for now, for the sake of this beginner's idea, right, we'll just start with that idea. So yeah, so this is a this and a that. This is a G, and then you skip one for an A, and then if you come here, you'd have a B, right? So I said before, between B and C, there's no space. So C would be the next one. So this is a C here. So between a C and a D, there's a full step. So skip one. Between a D and E, there's a full step. Skip one. And then between A and F, there's only no space. F. And then yeah, just going like that. Between F and G, there's a full step. So this is the same. As you see, like we started repeating, right? We got all the way back to E here. So this place that has the two fret markers here, this is an E. So it's a way for you to remember, because this is an entire octave. An octave means going back to where you started from, right? But a step higher. So if I start from what's this? This is an E. Do, and I go do re mi fa sol la ti do. This do is an octave. That's an octave higher from where I started from. But if I want to go an octave lower, do, see that's from re do, that's an octave. So an octave is just basically going from one note to the note on another key, or no, not another key, the same key. No, I'll say it like this. It's going from one note high. I don't know how to put it, but then it's just the notes but higher, right? So if I start from an E, this is E, and this is E. So they're the same, but then it's just a note higher. So that's the idea. So this is the octave of this. This is the octave of this. This is the octave of this. Octave, basically. So this fret means an octave for all the ones here. So if my finger is here, an octave for F that I just fretted here would be down here, the next string. That's F again. They're basically the same thing. They're the same thing, it's just higher, right? And yes, where was I coming from? I was telling you about a full step and a half step. Okay. So those are the notes on every this thing. So if you follow that idea on every string, like I was just giving the this thing of the E, F, G, A, B, and between B and C there's no space. C, D, E, no sorry, E, F, E and F, there's no space. G, A, I'm looking, A, space, C, D, basically. So it's just the whole thing over again. So just remember, body close, extra friendly. There's no space between them. Body close together, extra friendly together, right? So if you're starting from Eddie X, A, Eddie X, so this is A. So between A and B, there's like a full step. So A, B, and then body close, B, C, there's no space. Then C, then you go to D, E, extra friendly, no space. F, G, A, B, body close, no space. C, D, E, extra friendly, F, and G. So basically that's the idea, and it's like that on every string, right? So that's how you remember the string spaces. So these half steps are the full steps that you're doing, right? So we started here, E, F, G is here, right? So if we go a step back, this is G flat or F sharp. So this is F sharp, and this is G flat. So you can see it's flatter, sharper. So F sharp and G flat are the same. It's just based on where you're coming from. If you're coming from G to that note, it's a G flat. If you're coming from F to that note, it's an F sharp. Most times people refer to them in the flats. It depends. Most times people refer to F sharp as it honestly depends. I feel like most times for piano players they refer to it as flats, except from C sharp. Most times people call C sharp instead of D flat. But then for G flat, most times it's called G flat is F sharp. For F sharp it's called, I think it's called F sharp most times. But then for something like G sharp, is most times called A flat. I don't know why. It's honestly just a musician's thing, a musician's idea of what they want to call it, right? So yes, that's basically it. I think I've explained all the whole ideas. So yes, building a skill, running a skill. A skill just means the do re mi fa sol la si do. It's called a skill. Forgotten. I wanted to say chromatic, diatonic scale. I think yes, that's the name. I should think. I'm not very sure. I will check. But yes, I think that's the name. But yes, so a chromatic scale is just basically running everything, all the 12 notes, right? But then a diatonic scale is this mi fa sol la si do, that whole idea. So how to build a scale on a key, on the notes. One thing about guitar is that it's very easy when you know the tricks, when you know the shortcuts and the mago you get. So for building skills on a guitar is actually very easy. You just have to follow a certain shape everywhere, every time. So let's start from the key of G, right? Want to build a scale on key of G. Like I said before, a scale is like the do re mi fa sol la si do, right? So yeah, we want to build that on the key of G. Do, that's a do, and we want to do a do re mi fa sol la si do. So I would show you. But I told you that most times we don't go past the fifth on the guitar. So you stop at the fifth, and then you go to the next string and build it up from there. And I told you that the fifth is the same, right? So your re here this is also your re for the G, if you're on the key of G, right? So this is the key of G, do, re, and then if I want to go to the next step, the next string, I'll now leave two spaces because between re and mi there's a full step. So I'll leave this one space, one space, and come to this one, mi, and then between mi and fa, I told you there is no space. It's like body close, extra friendly. But between mi and fa, what should we call this one? I don't know, my friend, maybe my friend. So mi, fa, right, fa. Then between fa and sol, there's space. So, and I told you we don't go past the fifth fret, so we'll now go all the way back up again. La. So this is la, you're skipping one space. La, and you're skipping one space because this is also the same as this. They're the same notes. So if I say I'm skipping and I'm coming here, it's not, because this is still the same note as the other one, so you have to still leave that space. So do you get? So let's start again. We start from do, re, mi, fa, my friend. So, right? Then la is la. And you have T. And then between T and do, there is no space. So T, what should we call this one? T and do. I don't know, man. I'm only thinking of talking drum. I don't think that's that's the good this thing. But yeah, maybe to do, as in like to do is to do. I don't know, T do. So we have a T and a do. So if I want to run it back, do T, do, so. Oh, sorry, some mistake. Do T, do, so. So yeah, fa, mi, re, do. But most times just use this one. So starting from here, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, so, fa, fa, mi, re, do. So that's it. So the good thing about this is that you don't even have to be thinking of full step, half step all the time. There's a very easy and simple shortcut to it. Very simple, I promise you. All you just have to do is think of this shape. Just follow my hand gestures, alright? So this is a do, right? And this is a re, this is do, re. So just basically do this, skip one, do the next one, this, and then come on top of the one here. Me. So just on top of one here on the next string. Then that same place of the do, fa. Then that same place of the re, so also under re here, so then come up here. On under me is la. Then under, now T is the only one that doesn't have a somebody on top of them. He's very weird. T is a very weird guy. Alright, so this is T, and then under so is the octave of do. So basically you're doing this. So if you follow that idea of just, okay, this one, then I go to the one under, then I go to the one on top, go here, we go here, then I go here. Wherever you are on the guitar, you can play that in that exact way. Let's go to a random space. I'm just choosing a random space on the guitar, right? So this, we take this as our do. Do. So I'll build the scale from here, just basically following that same idea. Do, leave one space. Re, come up. Mi, fa, sol, come up. La, ti, do. Basically the same thing. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Same thing. Alright, let's go to another string. Right, so we start here. Do, do. So we start here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do. Right? Just basically following that same idea. You don't have to even put your mind to it. So all you just need to do is find the note you want to make. Let me choose a random one. Let's say I want to build a scale on the key of, let me see, a key I have not mentioned today, F. I don't think I've mentioned F. Alright, so there's our F. This is a C, dynamite, F. So this is F here. Alright, so I want to read the key, a scale on the F. So I go, so this is F. Remember our shape, do, 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 do. Sorry. That idea. I think one of these thing is not tuned, so I'll just tune it quick. sounding very off. Sounding very off. It's not very good. Consider they tuned, but okay. Alright, so this is that again. I'm on the key of F. Where's my F? This is my F. Alright, so I go do re mi fa sol la ti la so fa mi re do. Basically the same idea all over the board. Alright, so that's just building a skill, and I want to go in depth into the whole idea of skills, but should I try? Let's try. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so if you want to read the skill, like I said before, you have a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So basically, you move from a full tone, like I said before. Alright. Okay, I've done that. I've explained that. So basically, moving the full tone and following that. Yeah, I'm going to do this thing. And let's say every note. Should I do it? Let's do it. Alright, let's do it. So this is a G, and then we move a full tone to an A, and then we move up. After an A, we have G. So this for the G scale now. We have G, we have an A, we have a. So this is an A, right? So we have a B. So B is our mi. Then our C is our fa. Then we go after C, D. D is our so. Then we go to la. La is my E. La is E, and then all the way from E we jump F and go to F sharp. T. So our F sharp is C, and then we have do. So the reason why we jumped, the reason why this is a sharp is because between E and F you have no space. So we're just going from here. This is an E. So Eddie Ed Dynamite, right? D. So this is an E. Because this is a D, you jump one full distinct to get an E. And then E and an F. So this is actually our F notes. So this is our F sharp. And then this is our G. So yeah. So the notes in a G scale would be a G and a B, a C. Let me start again. A G and a B, a C, a what's after a C, D. After a D we have an E. Then we have an F sharp and then a G. So basically, yeah, that is everything there is to know about the basics of the Jintang. So it's just basically building skills, where to put what, learning your strings, and yeah, I think that's everything. Just to practice building skills, practice moving from one place to another. One other thing you should know is positions, right? You should practice building skills from here and then going all the way down here. It's a whole this thing. I think for now this would be what I would call basics, or stuff that is the basic stuff. So yeah, so the next part would be about chords. Yeah, so bye for now. Ugh.